methods have improved. The makeup effects for Cabin Boy are as labor-intensive as any previously created. In order to create new facial and body features, artists use plastine clay to sculpt character pieces onto the actor's life cast. These character pieces are called appliances. For Ricky Lake's figurehead character, Tony works with sculptor Mike Smithson. The design of the figurehead was modeled after those crafted for old English sailing ships. Careful detailing creates a weathered wood effect with a deep grain pattern. Once the design is sculpted, a mold is made of the clay appliance. This process is similar to that used for the life cast. After the plaster dries, the mold is separated from the life cast. The clay is removed, and the cavity that remains is ready to be injected with foam latex. After the molds are cleaned, foam technician John Calpin prepares the foam latex.
I'm getting ready to measure out some foam latex and whip it up, and then we'll inject it. Almost like baking bread. We just pour everything into a gigantic bowl and whip it up in a mixer. When you whip it higher, you whip more air into it, makes it a softer foam. The less you whip it, the more dense it becomes.
The foam is injected into the appliance mold until it begins to seep out of small channels. When the channels are filled, the appliance should be free of any voids. The mold is baked in an oven for about 5 hours at 350 degrees. Once the appliance is removed from its mold, it is cleaned of excess latex and primed for painting. The foam rubber looks and feels like human skin. These appliances even have pores that allow the actors to perspire through the appliances rather than underneath them. Finally, after weeks of preparation, the character pieces are ready to be attached to the actors. Actress Ricky Lake arrives several hours before the rest of the crew for her makeup application. A medical adhesive called Prozaid is brushed onto the actress's face.
What's that?
It's boric acid.
Your nose so you can get a flatter wood texture.
Oh, that's so it sticks, right?
Listen, you.
The nose is glued first. Then the cheeks. As the mask is glued to Ricky's face, it becomes a second skin.
Now, when am I going to be able to move my face?
You can move right now if you want.
It feels restricted.
Oh, it'll work in.
The most important work is the blending of the edges of the makeup with the actress's skin. The seams must be perfect to avoid detection.
It scared me.
I'm sorry. I'm just kind of building ridges over the blending edge so it kind of looks like the wood grain. It kind of helps blend into her skin.
It definitely helps looking differently and taking on a different appearance. Definitely helps when you're creating a character, especially one like this. And they kept telling me when I was off the part, they said, there's a lot of special effects makeup involved. It is unbelievable the process that goes on before you do, one day.
And then you can actually do a little more of the style at the time was a little like 2 rounds.
Oh, I gotcha.
There was a depression.
Kind of like that Veronica Lake thing?
Yeah, there's a depression.
After final touches, the actress is ready for her scenes. The camera rolls as soon as everyone is in place. Ricky's position is uncomfortable, and she will tire quickly.
Action!
Ricky. Pat. Great, okay. Great, Ricky, okay.
After Ricky works through a full day of shooting, Tony Gardner and his crew must then remove the actress's makeup. When the makeup effects are as elaborate as the figurehead character, this process can take several additional hours. But for the Alterian team, the figurehead is only one of